All right. Welcome to Essential Oils 101. Deanna Nichols, doTERRA Blue Diamond. And this is our weekly Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern event, Oils 101. We're talking about making essential oils part of your daily health habits. I think a lot of people over the past few months have gotten out of their normal routines and maybe let some things slide a little bit. And I think one of those areas has been our health. I think a lot of people have had a kind of an emotional response to all the changes, and rightfully so. And that has caused us to perhaps fall off the wagon on some of our healthy eating, some of our other daily health habits. This is a great time for us to get back into the swing of some good habits as we head into fall and winter, which is traditionally the time that we see people, being more susceptible to things like viruses. And we certainly want to be on top of our health. And so we're going to talk about how to do that tonight for just a few minutes. Hey, Tasha, I see you. I couldn't get it to go live to Facebook. So if you want to work on that, you are welcome to be my guest, but I am recording it. So hopefully that will, we can catch the folks that aren't able to watch it right now. Okay, so I'm going to tell you real quickly about how and why I got involved in doTERRA. Basically, in 2011, I was struggling with a serious digestive issue called Crohn's disease, and it was in what they call a flare. And basically, that just means that for 4.5 months, for me, I could not eat any solid food at all, zero. Pretty miserable. And a friend reached out to me through social media, asked me if I'd like to try an essential oil for my digestion. And I said yes, because I knew she cared about me and I knew they were natural, and I was pursuing natural solutions in general for my health, which had been really bad for at least 20 years at that point. And so she sent me a sample of doTERRA Digest Zen. P.S. commercial break. I'm going to tell you how you can get some Digest Zen soft gels. We didn't have those back in the golden days of 2011. But I'm going to tell you how you can get it in a soft gel. I wish we had a soft gel back in 2011, because the first time I used my Digest Zen oil, I put it in my mouth. Now, you totally can do that. It's absolutely safe. But is it recommended? It's recommended by some, but this girl does not like the taste. And I certainly didn't at that time. So I am super glad that you don't have to taste it if you don't want to. I'll make sure you know how to get that and four other products for free. So stick around to the end and I'll tell you that. But so the next thing I did after I used the oils was I second guessed myself. I'm like, I don't understand how this could be working so quickly, because it was like 3 minutes after using it that I felt it working. And in 3 days, I was back eating solid food after trying a ton of things for many months. So my next move after that was to call my friend back that shared it with me and say, how do I get my hands on some more of these oils? I have a whole bunch of health things that I would like to solve naturally and I would effectively, because that was the only effective thing I'd ever done. And she said, you need to get a box of oils. And I got myself this amazing box of oils, which is one of 3 that are kind of our most popular starter bundles. And I'm going to tell you a few things that you need to know about how these work and why they work and how to use them. And then I'll tell you how to get some. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you just so we have a little reference point. So you don't have to stare at me for the entire time, although, maybe you would enjoy that, but I think we could look at something else. Share the screen with you here. All right. Hopefully y'all can see that. Okay. So the goal for tonight is I want to share 3 and only 3 cool things about essential oils. And they're going to be super simple, but highly informative for people at any level in their essential oil knowledge. So hopefully at the end of this conversation, you will have learned those 3 things and can repeat them to someone else. The next thing is I want to give you 3 ways to use oils so that you know how to apply them in your life and in your health. And then I'm going to tell you 3 ways to get oils in your home and introduce you to 3 packages that I highly recommend that you consider getting in there and starting to get familiar with them and how to use them as part of your daily health habits. Okay, cool. All right, number 1, I feel like we need a drum roll. Number 1, essential oils are 100% natural and safe. I'm only speaking about doTERRA oils when I say this. And is there a difference? Yeah, you better believe there's a difference. You don't have to take my word for it, though. They are verified by third parties, and you can check their work to make sure that Doterra really is natural and safe. And so if you grab a bottle of our oil, I'm going to grab some Copaiba. Copaiba. If you say it like that, you have to do the Copaiba at the end. I don't know why. I just do. It is from Brazil, and that's how they pronounce it there. This is the bottle of Copaiba. If you look on the bottom, it's hard to see, but there's a number on the bottom of each bottle. If you type that number into a website called source2u.com, you'll be able to check and see what a third party found in every single batch of oil. If you want to use another brand that you think is good, then I will challenge you to ask them if you can get the third party testing results on that exact batch that you're holding in your hand. And let me know when you find somebody else who does that, because currently I don't know of anyone else. And so when we're talking about doTERRA's oils, we know they're verified pure, and so they're safe. And they're safe for humans. So the reason I say humans is people get confused. They're like, I tell them our oils are 100% natural and safe. And they're like, yeah, but what if I'm pregnant? Yeah, but what if I'm 5? Yeah, but what if I'm on medication? If you're human, they're 100% natural and safe, okay? There's no side effects, so you don't have to worry about that. They don't interact with medications because they work completely differently in the body. In fact, cool fact here, they actually will allow your medication to do its job more effectively because they're able to help your brain and nervous system to communicate better. And so with your body. And so you definitely can, you don't have to replace things that your doctors told you to do. You can use things alongside it. So these essential oils, doTERRA brand, are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So if you've used herbs before, if you've cooked with like basil, if you've drank some chamomile tea or any of that, and you smell a little or taste a little fragrance in there, that is residual essential oil that you're smelling. And so essential oils are going to be a lot more concentrated and a lot more of it. You're going to get a lot more of it if you just use the oil than if you try to use herbs, 50 to 70 times more. So if you had a bottle of doTERRA peppermint, for example, inside this 15 milliliter bottle is 250 drops, and each one of these drops has enough peppermint to compare to 28 cups of peppermint tea. That's a lot. So why would you use peppermint? Oh my gosh, so many reasons. Cooling your body temperature, helping with nausea, helping with head tension, opening up your airways, pain. There's so many reasons to use peppermint oil. And so the one thing I do want to tell you about peppermint oil is don't put it in your eye. I don't know why I have to say that, but somebody always wants to try it for some reason. I had a lady spray some peppermint directly in her eyeball at one of my events. She just wanted to make sure it was coming out, so she decided to spray it in her eyeball. And that's going to hurt. You're going to be very sad for, 30 seconds. But the good news is that it's totally safe. It's just very concentrated. And all you have to do is add. Now, I wouldn't try it on purpose, but if you have an accident, then you can get yourself some fractionated coconut oil, or if you don't have that, you can regular coconut oil, rub it over your eye or anywhere else that you get an oil that feels uncomfortable on your skin. And that is truly the worst that can happen. Okay. Now, I'm a girl who was on a lot of prescription medications, and I tried a lot of natural things. And believe me, I had a lot worse things happen to me from taking lots of other things. I've never had anything worse than some temporary mild discomfort from improperly using an essential oil. Okay, so that should make you feel really confident. The other thing that makes you know that these are safe is that they're actually very potent as well. So they're pure, but they're also potent. And the reason they're so potent, and they're going to give you the benefit you're looking for. By the way, the benefit that you're looking for from essential oils is not the fragrance. Now, let me tell you, some of these have a beautiful fragrance. There is this blend that I really like the fragrance of. It is called Adaptive, and it was designed to help people with depression, anxiety, stress. Know anybody like that? Pretty much everybody these days. Adaptive smells beautiful. I love the smell of Adaptive. Nobody doesn't love the smell of Adaptive. Is that a nobody doesn't love? Nobody? There's no one who doesn't love the beautiful fragrance. However, you're not in it for a fragrance. This isn't Scentsy. This isn't Bath and Body Works. We're not trying to just make you smell something that sort of smells like a plant. We're giving you the actual plant. And the reason you're using the plant is to get therapeutic benefits. You want it to affect how your body feels. So that being said, these oils are very potent therapeutically. Okay. So It depends on where a plant is grown, what kind of soil, what kind of weather conditions, what kind of elevation, what is around it. Was it grown along the side of the highway in Utah? Was it grown in a greenhouse in California? Or was it grown on a high mountain in France, and where there's no industry, there's no pesticides, there's no anything getting into the soil that's going to take away from the therapeutic benefits. And so that doTERRA does that. We grow our oils and we harvest our oils and distill our oils in ways that cause it to be very, very unique. In fact, doTERRA's oils, 98% of our products are exclusive to doTERRA, meaning you cannot get them anywhere else. All right. Number one is 100% natural and safe. Number two is they're often more effective than medications. What? So am I telling you to stop taking medications? No, I am not. I am not a doctor. I'm not going to give you medical advice. That's up to you. You should consult your medical professionals and then make your own. You have the freedom to make your own medical decisions for yourself and your family, and you should do that. So what I mean is I want to tell you that there are some things that essential oils can do that medications cannot or are not guaranteed to be able to do, okay? They struggle or they can't do it at all. So here's the two things that essential oils are really good at that you're not going to get from the majority of modern medications, okay? So number one is essential oils have the ability to penetrate the cell membrane. You're like, oh, you just lost me. You just said some science. Let me make it really super simple, okay? Because I'm not a scientist, so I want to talk to you like a person, because I think everyone should probably be a person that's watching this, I'm guessing. So you have a coating around your cell, kind of like the candy shell around the M&M. That candy shell around the M&M, its job is to protect the precious stuff on the inside, which is the chocolate, okay? Got to protect the chocolate. That's important. So there's a candy coating. So your cell works in the same way. There's not chocolate inside, although my cells could possibly have chocolate inside. It's definitely possible. But most people on the inside of their cell, they have DNA. It's what makes you who you are. It's what allows your cells and your organs and your tissues in your body to operate properly and to regenerate as needed and all that. So what that cell membrane's job is to keep things from getting in there and damaging your cell. So when we don't eat healthy and we get stressed and we're exposed to chemicals in our body care products and in the things that we breathe, because we are using like artificial fragrances like Scentsy and candles and air fresheners and fabric softeners and perfumes, and we're breaking down that cell membrane when we do that. And so that's our protective coating. And so now things can get inside. Do you know what likes to get inside your cell? Viruses. Has anyone heard of a virus before? Anyone? Bueller? Yeah, I mean, everyone's pretty much heard of viruses, and they understand that they get inside your cell, they take over your cell, and then they start to make a whole bunch of virus babies. And then you start to feel really sick, and you go to the doctor, and he's like, so sorry, just go home and drink plenty of fluids and hope for the best. Get some rest. Drink some soup, eat some chicken soup. Because medications cannot penetrate the cell membrane, boys and girls, okay? Essential oils not only can penetrate the cell membrane, but they can protect the cell membrane. So if you're using essential oils, not just when you catch a virus and your doctor says, oh no, you have a virus, go home and rest. If you wait until then to use your oils, still can use them. They're still going to help you. But if you use them every day, so if you use an oil like On Guard, for example, which has been studied, the ingredients in this oil, there's multiple essential oils in here. They've been studied to show their antiviral and antibacterial properties. By the way, if anybody wants to see a very, very cool video, I posted it in a couple of my groups, but I'd be happy to send it to you. If you are a guest watching, you don't have a doTERRA membership, I'm going to share my cell phone number at the end. If you want to text me, I'll shoot you a link. My friend did a science project with her son, and they compared the bacteria found on their computer keyboard, and they compared treating it with bleach and other cleaners, even natural cleaners, and then On Guard, and you can see the results are absolutely amazing because it works, okay? But if you use On Guard every day, if you put it in the air through a diffuser, you put it on your hands, on your feet, whatever, you even take it by mouth, then you're going to protect your cells and they're going to be less susceptible to invaders like viruses. However, if your cells are at risk and the virus can get inside, then essential oils can actually stop viruses from reproducing. That's big. That's huge. You don't believe me? go check it out. Go to Aromatic, AROMATIC science.com, type in the word virus and put your feet up, get a nice long drink because you're going to have a lot of reading to do. There's a lot of science backing that up. Okay. So essential oils can protect you from getting sick. And then if you do get that virus inside, it can actually get in there with the virus and stop it in its tracks. There's no medications for that, guys. The other thing that essential oils can do has to do with bacteria. So bacteria is like when you have a sinus infection or an ear infection or staph infection. You get bit by something, it gets infected, strep throat, any of that, okay? So if you get any of those things, what's your doctor going to do? He's going to prescribe an antibiotic. That antibiotic may or may not work on that bacteria. There is this stuff called antibiotic resistant bacteria or superbugs, things that don't seem to respond to antibiotics. So if you catch one of those, you're in a lot of trouble. You can go into septic shock. It can spread throughout your bloodstream and you can die. Okay. Your organs will start to shut down. And so the other thing that can happen is if the antibiotic does work for you, it is going to go in there and kill all bacteria, all. That's why they call it like broad spectrum antibiotics like Cipro and amoxicillin and all those. You know what they do is they kill bacteria that is beneficial to your body. So that's not good, is it? Right? We need good bacteria. Why? Because we need it for a healthy gut. Inside your gut, your whole immune system really is in your gut, and a lot of your emotions come from your gut because your gut makes chemicals that your brain makes that help you to feel calm and happy and able to deal with stress. So when you take antibiotics or you have had taken them in the past, or you use antibacterial hand soaps or antibacterial hand sanitizers or cleaners, you're killing your gut bacteria and you're making it yourself more unhealthy. Guess what happens when you kill your good bacteria? You make yourself more susceptible to viruses. Isn't that terrible? So it's like, I fixed my ear infection and now I have, this crazy respiratory virus. And so what essential oils do is they're able to tell the difference between a good bacteria and a bad bacteria. They're going to go in through your body. They can go in through your mouth, through your skin, or through the air. And they're going to find the bad, unhealthy bacteria, and they're going to take care of that, like they did in that really cool video. And they're going to leave your healthy cells alone. So you don't have to worry about getting a yeast infection, thrush, digestive problems, an allergic reaction. You don't have to worry about it not working. Isn't that fantastic news? So that is why essential oils are often more effective than medications. And to all a good night. No, I mean, we could really stop right there, right? I mean, sold. But here's what happens. I usually end up telling this information to women. And now this is going to be a little stereotypical, so simmer down. I understand it doesn't work like this in every single home, but the majority, because I do mostly talk to women. So the majority of the time, the woman is concerned about health issues for herself and her family. She comes and learns about this and understands it, right? I mean, you all get that. And now she goes home and tells her husband, I want to buy essential oils to get healthier. And he's like, you want to do what now? You want to spend our money on crazy smells? Like he's picturing that you're buying candles that smell like gardenias and that somehow that's going to make you feel calmer, which will make you think you're healthier, but it's not going to actually do anything. And except take money out of your family's budget. That's what they're worried about. So that's why we have number 3 in here, to let y'all know that essential oils are actually going to save you money. They are cheaper than traditional medication. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's talk about our ear infection example again. So let's say you get an ear infection, or your kid gets an ear infection. That's even better. Your kid says, Mommy, my ear is hurting, my jaw is hurting, I have a sore throat. And you're like, oh, I think it's an ear infection. I got to take him to the doctor. So you call and make an appointment. You got to take off work. You got to get in the car and drive to the doctor, spend gas money. You possibly, especially these days, they're really picky about who goes into the doctor's office. You may have to get a babysitter for your other kids, right? They don't let you bring extraneous people into your office. And sometimes they're trying to convince you the parents can't come in. I'm not even going to talk about that. Anyway, but so that's already costing you money. Then most people have a copay. They have to pay a certain amount of money to see their doctor if they have insurance. Then the doctor's going to prescribe an antibiotic. If it is in fact an ear infection, you got to pay a copay at the pharmacy for your drug. And if you end up getting a yeast infection or stomach upset or any of those side effects, you got to buy something to help you with that. Okay. Then if it's not effective, the antibiotic doesn't work, you got to go back to the doctor, take time off work, pay another copay, be seen again, and get another prescription. And so you got to pay for that prescription copay again. And here we go, here we go. How much money have you spent? Not only that, but you have just exposed your child who just has an ear infection, which is a bacteria. You've exposed them to viruses that are all over that doctor's office, right? And yourself. And you carry that back home to all your other kids. So it is costly in many ways. It costs you your time, it costs you money, and it could even cost you your health. Okay. So what would you do if you were a doterrian and you had this box of oils and your kid's like, mommy, my ear hurts? You know what I would do? I'd open this bad boy up. I'd grab some lavender. I'd grab some tea tree. I'd grab some On Guard. We've established how effective On Guard is for bacteria, right? So I would take some tea tree on the tip of my finger and some lavender on the tip of my finger. I'd rub it behind the ear and along the jawline and rub it on the outside of the ear, not down in the ear. I'd do that every couple of hours. And then I'd put some On Guard on the bottoms of their feet, the soles of their feet, get that in the bloodstream. And in like 12 hours, most likely you're done with that issue. You didn't spend anything except for maybe like 40, 60 cents in essential oils. You have your peace of mind because you know they're going to work because they're effective and there's not going to be any side effects. So you don't have to worry about that. And guess what? You didn't go to the doctor. You didn't spend any money out of your pocket. So if this is how you deal with your emergencies, imagine what would happen to your long-term health issues and your overall health if you used essential oils as part of your daily health habits every day. Like if you used On Guard every day, maybe you wouldn't pick up the sinus infection or the ear infection or whatever. Maybe you wouldn't pick up the virus, or you'd be less likely to, and you'd recover more quickly. So think about the money that it would save you. I can personally tell you that the first year that I owned this box, my husband did the math, and we saved almost $10,000 our first year. Now, you do have to realize that I was a chronically ill person. I had a lot of health issues. So maybe that was on the little bit of a high side for just a family of two. But I mean, if you have multiple kids, that's not unheard of to spend that kind of money on healthcare. Just for regular things, you know, bumps and bruises and cuts and scrapes and mild health issues that you usually go to the doctor for, you can be empowered to take care of those at home yourself and save your family a lot of money. Isn't that cool? So that's the third cool thing about essential oils is that they save you money. I like that one. It's my favorite. All right, let's talk about 3 ways to use oils. I've been doing it the whole time, but let's get like real specific, okay? So the first way you can use essential oils is aromatically. That's a really fancy way of saying that you breathed in the oil, but you're like, wait a minute. Deanna, you said that we're not in this for the fragrance. You're not. You're not in it for the fragrance, but you are in it for inhaling, okay? What? Okay, let me tell you a time when you inhaled something that didn't have a fragrance that had an impact directly and immediately on your physical and emotional health. Ready? Everyone's done one of these, or somebody really close to you has done one of these at least. Have you ever either gone under anesthesia for a procedure, or have you gone to the dentist and gotten the gas? They say, breathe this in, count backwards from 100, and right around 97, you're done, you're out. The next thing you know, somebody's offering you ice chips and you're missing body parts and you don't even remember any of it, right? How did you get that calm and relaxed that you could just breathe something in and magically don't remember there were people like sawing into your face and cutting open your abdomen? I mean, how's that possible? Well, because you have an olfactory nerve here in your nose that when you smell something or inhale something, it sends messages to the limbic system in your brain. And that can tell your body to do things like slow down your breathing, slow down your heart rate, relax. Okay. So that's how essential oils work. So you can inhale essential oils. You can do it a couple different ways. So let's see, let me grab balance. This is one I like to use every day. I like to breathe this in to help me to stay kind of like this instead of like this. All right. So we take a little balance, we rub it in our hands, we inhale it. We do that a few times, and immediately it's sending messages to my brain to tell me, all right, Deanna, perhaps you don't have to bite that person's head off for simply tapping their brakes without warning in front of you. Perhaps you can just let that one slide. Okay, so it's going to help me immediately make different choices physically because of how I feel emotionally. Okay. So imagine if you did that every day, how would that change the kind of person you are? Would your blood pressure start to lower? Would your cortisol level start to lower? And then you could handle stress better. And then you could digest your food better, maybe lose some weight. Maybe your hormones would go into balance. I mean, do you see how that works? So we say that breathing in essential oils has to do with your emotions. And initially it does, but it also has a physical impact. Now, a couple other reasons for inhaling essential oils or using them in the air that we breathe is to clean the air. Now, I know I've said this, but you got to watch a video about On Guard. It'll blow your mind, seriously. Okay. You'll be like, yeah, it's that hippie stuff. It's probably okay, but I'm going to stick with my bleach. This is going to show you bleach versus On Guard, and you need to see this with your eyes. Okay. But if you get one of these fancy machines back here called a diffuser, okay, then you can add a little bit of water and put some On Guard in there and diffuse it into the air. And what it's going to do is it's going to rid the air of viruses and bacteria. Excuse me. There is a gnat that wants to hang out with me. I smell like oils probably. And also when it lands on surfaces, it's going to sanitize surfaces. So we diffuse all the time in our house. Whew, that cough is wanting to come back and get me. It's wanting to land on the surfaces in order to keep the surfaces clean. So it doesn't just kill stuff after it lands. If you use this every day, it prevents, remember I said it's protective. So it prevents bacteria and viruses from growing. I'm going to have to do my demonstration apparently that I did the other day. So for those of you who were not on my last event, where's the other one? On Guard Tea Tree. I, for the first time in 30 years, got a sinus infection the other day. And I was really struggling and it's starting to drain. And so when I start to talk, I get this cough. It happened on an event I was doing a couple of nights ago to where I literally could not talk anymore. And then I remembered I have oils for that. So I opened up my box of oils and I used On Guard, tea tree, and lemon that are right in that box. Okay. And I'm going to show you this recipe that I call lick a cough because I need to do so right now. So the first thing I'm going to use is I'm going to use some lemon oil and I'm going to put it on my hand and lick it. All right, here, let me do this so you can see better. All right, so I licked it right off my hand. It's not very ladylike, but it gets the job done. And sometimes that's all we can handle. All right, take my tea tree oil, lick it off. And then I'm going to take my On Guard, lick it off. All right. All right, we're going to let that marinate in my mouth for a minute. Okay, so back to my original story. Let's see if I can find that. Hang on a second. There we go. So the third reason that you inhale essential oils is because it opens your airways. So if you have a cough, you have a sinus infection, you have allergies, you've got a respiratory virus, asthma, any of those things, you can use an oil called Breathe. Your diffuser, that would be a great choice. Of course, you could use lots of other things, but Breathe is in all of our starter bundles. P.S. I'm going to tell you how you can get a free bottle of Breathe if you stick around to the end. Remember, I told you there's like 5 free oils. This is one of them. It's called Breathe Touch. It's the same thing, same oil, but we've added coconut oil and put it in a roller. Why have we done that? Just to make it easier for you to apply to your skin. So in case you're skin sensitive or in case you want to put it on one of your kids and you don't want to worry about their skin being, sensitive to the oil. Okay. So I'm going to tell you how to get that for free. So the second way to use essential oils is topically. Normally, people use oils topically when they have a localized problem. So let's say that I twisted my knee and my knee's hurting, then I might want to use some Deep Blue Rub. It's a cream with an oil called Deep Blue in it. We do make the oil by itself too. Or maybe you have a stomach ache, so you take some Digestin and you rub it on your stomach. Or you have a headache and you put some peppermint on your head. Those are all great things to do, but not everything is about the location that you put it on, okay? So when I use Digestin, the first time I put it in my mouth, I did not have a good experience. It was too strong for me at that time. So my friend told me, put the Digestin on the soles of your feet. Now, I'll be honest, I think that sounds a little crazy to a new person. I mean, it did to me. I'm like, what? My feet are fine. It's just my stomach. You don't understand. She's like, no, it'll still get in your body, but then you won't have to taste it or smell it. And I'm like, okay. So I put it on the bottoms of my feet and I felt it working in just a couple minutes. That seems crazy, right? But it's just a way to get the oils into your bloodstream. The feet are such a fantastic way of applying oils because you don't have to smell it. Not every oil smells the way that Adaptive smells. You don't want it near your face where you can smell it. So, or, maybe you're just worried about your skin being sensitive, or you're wearing something where you can't really get to your stomach or your back or whatever. Put it on the bottoms of your feet. Your body will send it where it needs to go. Okay. So that's another reason for using the oil topically. As usual, if you put it anywhere besides the bottom of your feet and your skin sensitive, just be aware that some oils may require more dilution. Okay. Third way is internally. Now you can do this by drinking essential oils in your water. I do this every day of my life. I actually lost 110 pounds in 9 months drinking citrus oils in my water. So I'm a big fan of that plan. It just helps your body to get rid of toxins. It helps to support your liver and your kidneys as they pull the toxins out of your body. There's like a ton of benefits I wish I could talk about forever because I love drinking citrus oils. I think it encourages you to drink more water. So many reasons to make that a daily health habit. Okay. I'm talking like 8 to 10 drops minimum per day for an adult of citrus oil. My kid is 6 years old. He probably drinks like 6-9 drops on his own. So he's been doing that for a few years and he loves the citrus oils. Another way to take the citrus oils is in a veggie cap. So let's say that I had a bad infection and I really wanted to take oregano, which is a really great antibacterial oil. Oregano is foul. It is so strong. People tell me all the time, yeah, I've been taking oil of oregano for 35 years. I can handle doTERRA oregano. I'm like, no, you can't. So you can't put it in your mouth. It's too hot. And you don't want to walk around smelling like a pizza. So you can put it in a vegetable capsule. You can just put a couple drops in, take it that way. Another way you can do it is, if it's not your favorite taste, but you just want to get it in your system super fast without having to digest a capsule, you can get a little shot glass, fill it up with water, put 2 or 3 drops of oil, and just chug it. Okay. So there's lots of ways of doing it. I'm pretty hardcore because, I've been doing this for a while. So you just watch me just lick it right off my hand. Not, when people are new, they're less likely to do something like that. You don't have to. Again, you can use it topically. It's still going to go to the same place, but here's the difference. Okay. If you put it on your skin, a lot of it's going to evaporate in the air and you're going to lose a lot of your oil. That's just how it works. However, if you put it inside your mouth, it has nowhere else to go. So you get all the oil. You get all of it. And that's the reason why I prefer to use internal use. So every single day of my life, no matter what's going on, I take my copaiba oil and I eat a couple drops of it. It's really important for pain, anxiety, hormones, pretty much everything in your body because it has to do with your central nervous system and make sure that's balanced. So I do that every day, rain or shine. I do the citrus oils in my water every day, rain or shine. I do frankincense, licking that, put it in my mouth. And all of a sudden, if my stomach feels icky because we're driving over a mountain road or something, I'll take some Digesta and put it under my tongue. So how do you know that's safe? Well, we covered that a little bit already, right? doTERRA oils are verified pure. So they're safe, but also they're recommended to be used internally. If you look on the side of our bottle, it actually says essential oil supplement right on there. And so an essential oil supplement, that means that it's a supplement. You can eat it. It also tells you directions. Add 1 drop in 4 fluid ounces of liquid. Fluid ounces of liquid? What other kind of ounces? Fluid ounces of liquid. Okay, sorry. I'm overthinking that for a second. That just struck me funny. But yeah, so it's telling you to do it. Okay. Do you have to? No. Can you? Absolutely. And the benefits are amazing. All right. One more thing I'm going to tell you about is not about essential oil. And you're like, wait a minute. I was told this was an essential oils 101 class. What's going on? Well, I'm going to tell you that if you want to get really great results with your essential oils, you do really need to kind of go back a minute because essential oils are going to help your symptoms. Okay. Over time, they're going to help your body to reset itself and you're going to start to feel better. But if you really, really want to get great results, you're going to need to fix your nutrition. Like you have to have healthy nutrition to be healthy. It is impossible to be healthy and just eat crap all the time or to eat and leave out entire sections and entire food groups. So even if you ate a really perfectly well-rounded diet of whole foods, because of our soil conditions and the way our food is grown and transported and stuff here in the United States, you are going to have holes in your nutrition. You're going to have deficiencies. Everyone everyone. Okay. So doTERRA makes a supplement pack called the Lifelong Vitality Pack, or LLV. It is our number one most reordered product that we sell. It's not even an essential oil. Now, it does have 9 essential oils in it, so that's nice. That's fantastic. But 86% of people who use it for 30 days buy it every month. Here's why. There's lots of reasons why, but the short version is that we guarantee 3 things will happen to you if you take it as directed for 30 days. We guarantee you less pain, more energy, and a better mood. Who does not need some of that in their life? I watched my husband experience all 3 of those after about 2 or 3 weeks of Lifelong Vitality Pack, and that's why I started taking them. Even though I eat much healthier than him, I thought, well, gosh, if it can do that much for him with the way he eats, like, what will it do for me? And I don't miss it. I don't miss it. If I miss more than 3 days of it, my body's like, hello, aren't you forgetting something? And so I do want to tell you about that, because I would be remiss if I made you think like the essential oils are the be all and end all of everything. Are they fantastic? Yes. Do they work quickly? Yes. Are they effective? Yes. But if you're looking for long-term health results, especially if you've had that particular problem for a while, you really do need to fix those gaps in your nutrition. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop the screen for a second. I have a couple people that have speaking permissions, but they are muted. Well, Tammy's not muted. There she is. So you guys are currently muted, but if any of you that are watching here, panelists, if you want to unmute yourself real quick and give us like 30 seconds and say, this is something I used an essential oil for, and this is what happened. Does anybody have a quick story maybe they can share for the people watching the recording later, since that's all we're going to have due to technical difficulties? Anyone? I'm going to start calling people's names. You won't be on camera, by the way, if that helps. Just voice. All the people in their jammies just rejoiced that they could still participate. All right.
What were you asking?
What were I asking? I were asking if there's anyone that has a 30-second testimonial about essential oils that they would like to unmute themselves and share.
I have one.
Okay.
My friend, I was at her house, and I had my back turned and she fell. She busted her toe open really badly. And now I'm patching it up every day. I couldn't take the first and second day pictures because that would have been selfish. And I didn't even think about it. And I'm glad, because the immediate need was to take care of that injury. So I'm going to have pictures in the future to show how that's healing. But I used about 3 or 4 different oils because it was bleeding badly, and she really separated her skin. So I have some updates. She had never used these oils before. The end.
Go ahead. Sorry, I was going to ask what oils it was.
Oh, the oils, the first and second days I used frankincense, deep blue because she was in pain, the pursue, and there was some other oil that I can't remember right now because I just grabbed the ones that I thought that she needed right then. But I can't remember the 4th one. And the second day I used the same oils. And then the 3rd day, because it's recovering so quickly, I used Melaleuca, the Pursue, and the Deep Blue simply because it was in minor pain.
So you mentioned frankincense and deep blue a couple times, and those, by the way, just for those watching, both of those oils are in the oil box that I got, that I was telling you about. And so sometimes when we have a health problem, like let's say you struggle with sleep and you're like, I just want to buy some lavender because I have trouble sleeping. Okay. Well, what happens when you bust your toe open? I mean, you didn't plan that. You didn't know about that in advance. So all you have is lavender. You're not going to have the deep blue and the frankincense that you need to put on your injury. Okay. And so that's and the tea tree, she mentioned tea tree, that's in there. So that's a really good example of why you need a bundle of oils so that you can be prepared for the unexpected things in addition to the things you already know you struggle with. That's a great story. Thank you, Verita. I appreciate that. Is there anybody else? One more? We got time for one more.
I do, Deanna.
Paula.
Yeah. I have arthritis in my hands and my knees and in my neck, and the deep blue rub is absolutely amazing on it. I just rub it in, and within just a few minutes, I have a lot less pain.
That's awesome. And so yes. Some of the kits come with deep blue rub, which you can see back here. There's a tube of deep blue rub, which is basically just deep blue oil, which comes in all the other kits. And it's in a cream form. Okay. So it kind of sits on your skin in that area for the localized relief a little bit longer. But a lot of people also like the oil as well. And that's the product that she shared about. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you both sharing. And so let me go back here now. And as we wrap up, I do want to tell you about the 3 ways to purchase essential oil. So there's 3 ways to purchase. The first one is retail. Really bad idea, but I'm going to tell you about it because it's there just in case. And that's just where like, hey, you have a friend and they have a doTERRA account and you're like, hey, I want to buy some lavender. I'm not picking on lavender. It just is popped in my head tonight for some reason. The lavender is fantastic, but if you just buy a bottle of lavender, you're going to pay retail. You're going to pay 25% more than what that person's buying it for. Okay. And that's it. You just get the lavender. That's all. The second way is a lot better actually. And that's wholesale, so that you automatically save 25%, but it also comes with people. When I say it comes with people, I mean that if you have a problem or a question about how to use your lavender, you can ask the person that helped you get the wholesale account so that you could purchase it. You can ask all the people in their doTERRA family. There's tens of thousands of us, and there's thousands of us on social media. And so you have a lot of support. And that just doesn't happen when you buy a product from a store or online. It's just you and that product, and you got to figure it out for yourself. Okay. Now, the third way is the best. That is when you buy below wholesale. Okay. So how you buy below wholesale is on your initial purchase. If you choose a bundle, you're going to save a bundle because we're going to give you a bundle price on a bundle of oils that you're going to need for all your health issues. Okay. That means your membership or your wholesale account with doTERRA is free. Everything you buy for the rest of the year is automatically at wholesale. You do not have to buy every month, and you do not sell anything. Okay. So get that out of your mind. It's not a thing. It just gives you the best prices. When you make your future purchases, they then give you rebates like dollars. So I have been a doTERRA member for a while. So if you order 12 times, on your 13th order, you end up getting 30% back. It starts out at 10%. I get 30% back. So if I spend $100, I get $30 free. And whatever I spend on shipping, I get that money back too. So I spend usually $7 in shipping. So I get $7 in credits plus another $30, $37 that I can spend next month cash to get free products. All right. We also have these really cool 90-day subscription programs if you want to be part of one of those. And it can help you focus on a health issue like pain, anxiety, immune system for 90 days. They give you a variety of products that are slightly different each month. And they give you information that comes into you through email that tells you how to use the products. We even have an accountability group on Facebook you can join to help you remember to use them and share your experiences. And we have some videos and stuff on there. So there's lots of benefits, but you're going to save money. Okay. And that's what we really want to help you do. That way you can afford what your family needs. All right. So I'm going to tell you a quick story about Goldilocks and the 3 bears, and then we'll be done. Goldilocks went to the 3 bears house to get some essential oils. She knew she wanted to shop below wholesale pricing because she's a savvy shopper. Okay. I mean, she just is. And so she went, of course, because she's going there to steal stuff. That's the savviest shopper. She doesn't have to pay anything. So Papa Bear has his essential oil kit called Natural Solutions. It has everything in it. Okay. It's got like 5 or 6 different oils for pain and 5 or 6 different things for digestion. It's got the lifelong vitality pack. It's got like 6 or 7 different On Guard products, soap, mouthwash, hand sanitizer, toothpaste. It literally has a whole medicine cabinet in here. You save $250 on the bundle price for this one. Okay. So that's Papa Bear. And he got everything he needed. Then she's like, wait a minute, that might be a little much for me right now. So I'm going to go and look at Mama Bear. So Mama Bear is called Healthy Essentials. It's actually our most popular bundle. This comes with the 10 most commonly used essential oils plus a diffuser, and it's priced $105 off of the individual pricing. Okay, so if you bought these individually, you'd spend $105 more. And then there's Baby Bear. Baby Bear is for like when you're really on a tight budget, and you want to make sure you can get something in your hands to get you started. And so that's the bundle I've been showing you here, the Healthy Start. It comes with top 10 oils and a diffuser, $25 off on the bundle price. And the bottles are smaller. Okay. So if you're looking at the difference between Healthy Essentials and Healthy Start, these are the same oil, but you got 250 drops in the Healthy Essentials or Mama Bear, and you got 85 drops in Baby Bear and the Healthy Start. Okay. So it's just a way to get you started if that's where your budget point is at. Now, For the next 72 hours, if you will reach out to get a promo code, I can help you. So today is Tuesday, the 20 something or other. I think it's the 27th of October. So through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I can get you a promo code that will give you a free Breathe Touch with any of those starter bundles. Okay. If you're in Canada, it's called Easy Air. Now, if you get the Mama Bear or the Papa Bear kit, you can get 4 additional freebies, Digestin soft gels, an additional bottle of peppermint, and 2 of our kids' rollers. So we have a special kids roller for digestion and one for sleep and anxiousness. Okay. And those are all included. It's like around $75, $80 plus another $15 bottle of Breathe Touch, which you also get with Mama Bear and Daddy Bear. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down your top 3 health concerns, 3 things that you want to focus on, that you want to see change or improve about your health. Write those down. And then I want you to shoot me a text message with, these are my health concerns. And this is the person that invited me to watch the video. This is their name. Tell me their name. Maybe it's me. That's cool. Tell me my name too. And tell me your top 3 reasons. And then remind me, say, hey, can I get a promo code? I'd like a free oil. And I will make sure that you get pointed in the right direction. All right. And if you do want to get started with one of those bundles, we'll make sure we help you figure out which one works best for the size of your family and the size of your budget. But the reason I'm so passionate about Doterra is because it was truly life-changing in every way for me. I'm super grateful that somebody shared a sample. I'm super grateful that I went ahead and bought the oil bundle. I'm grateful that I learned to use it as part of my daily health habits, because before Doterra, I was in a wheelchair for 5 years, almost 6 years. I was considered permanently disabled in my late 20s. I was on multiple medications, like dozens of medications. I was told I'd never be able to have kids or walk or drive a car, any of those things. And in 18 months of making Doterra oils part of my daily health habits, I was able to lose 150 pounds, get off my medications, get out of my wheelchair. I actually ended up becoming a mom because I was able to overcome 15 years of infertility. So I really am passionate about seeing these oils in every home. I would love everybody to feel empowered to know how to use them for their everyday health habits, so they can either avoid or correct the lifestyle I was living before. I don't want you to ever get there. If you never have, I don't want you to get there. And if you resonate with my story because that sounds like your life, I want you to know that there is hope and there are things that are natural, that do work, that are safe and affordable for your family. So thank you all so much for watching. Please send me that text message if you need some help. And we will be back here next Tuesday. Actually, I believe next Tuesday will be at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we have a special event the first Tuesday of the month that teaches you how to save money with your Doterra membership. And so we hope that you'll join us for that. For more information about that and other events, go to facebook.com/oil shares, SHARES, and go to the events tab and you'll be able to register for any of our upcoming events. Thank you so much, y'all. Have a great night. Thanks everybody that shared. Appreciate you being here.